Hello. So I am known online as the Cosmic Serpent, and I wanted to come and make a YouTube video. I've wanted to make videos for some time now, but I thought that now was the right time. So I am wanting to talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind in light of everything that's happening around us. I think that it's important to know that absorbing information sometimes can lead you to a place where you feel disconnected, or you might feel cut off from your own inner voice or from spirit. So I think that today I'll talk about ritualizing your daily experience. And I mean your daily, mundane, human ass experience. So this particular type of work that we do is mainly the result of a focused will and intent. But I mean, everything we do, is a direct result of focused will and intent. And this is going to come from a place that I am on my path, and that is one of customization, personalizing my spiritual journey. I have, been a practitioner or into the occult sciences or into metaphysics for quite some time now. So, I think that anyone that is on the evolutionary path of finding their own way spiritually will resonate with some of the things that I have to say, some of the things that I intend to talk about on this channel. This is a step in evolution for me, as far as being out, as far as talking, as far as putting my information anywhere else besides my journal. So I think it's a great way to express yourself, YouTube, these other platforms. So I've learned an immense amount from so many people that are here, and I continue to. So this is going to be for those that can resonate with that aspect of cultivating spirituality, learning and finding information, yes, but also applying it to your life and customizing it for you. I've never been able to adhere to a tradition. I've never found rest in one specific place. I've never found a comfort in being dictated to or told or adhering to any form of dogma, whether it be spiritual dogma or, whether it be from an occultist standpoint of having a belief that is the truth and there's nothing else to it. That just doesn't resonate with me. So back to the topic. If I'm going to do these videos, I'm going to have to not ramble. So ritualizing your daily experiences. I wanted to start off with a quote. It's funny, I overheard this quote. Some people were talking and I was ear hustling, and I heard this quote, and it says, "To choose and refuse are both functions of will." And I wrote that will and intent are at the center of this type of work. So, connecting to yourself, self-realization, growth on your path, pushing yourself forward, using these modalities, using the connection you have to spirit, creating your own entities, using thought forms in your daily life, things like that, all have the backing of a very strong will and intent. Uh, you know, these practices do involve the manipulation of will and intent and belief in order to produce results, and that's pretty much what, like I said, what magic is, what we're doing. So your perception of anything is what makes the thing, and changing your outlook will in turn change the energetic response. So if you're looking at your day-to-day life in a mundane fashion, then you're going to more than likely produce mundane results. I like to talk about ritualizing your daily experience because when I initially started on the path, ritual space was very important for me. Carving out ritual space and having a specific set time to do something I made my own rules, but they were very rigid rules, you know, making sure that I'm at my altar and I'm doing these type of workings that will produce the result that I expect. But as I evolved, I longed for more depth in my practice. So it just kind of evolved into this. And I'll tell you, you know, some of the things that I think might help if you're looking to do the same. So insert magic and ritual and energy work into your daily routine. So this helps to you to support your intention at all times. So say you are involved with creating an entity, or you're involved with some spell work that you're doing for yourself, or some some manifestation. Being able to say, hey, you know, tonight, and this, like I said, this is human ass mundane day-to-day practical shit, right? So, you know, you're going about your day and you're saying, you know, today at 8:30, when I'm able to make some time, I'm going to sit down in front of my altar and I'm going to do this particular working. What if 8:30, I was going to say what if 8:30 never comes, but what if that free moment never arrives? What if things get in the way? What if, and this has been my experience. So, you know, using the support that you give yourself throughout the day to push your intention into whatever you're creating is a great way to not really lock yourself down into having to do ritual or having to do any processes right in front of your altar at any specific time. So I know that there's so many different arenas that you know, ways that you can go about manifesting or working on any particular goal. But I know if I have something that's brewing, you know, I do a lot of creation as far as entities, pantheons, goddesses, energies that I like to work with on a personal basis. So while I'm working, while I'm driving, while I'm grocery shopping, while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm feeding that energy. And again, we go back to the belief is a tool, and whatever you say is correct is indeed correct. So there's no right or wrong way to ever do this. So, you know, I always insert that, but it's just really important to say because, you know, a lot of people take their word as bond, and it's just, it's not true for not for everyone, maybe for you, but, you know, learning to accept the path of another and learning that there is no right or wrong way to do anything when it involves your spiritual growth. There is no place for the word, you know, accurate. So, you know, that's just one thing I wanted to say. But supporting your intention at all times, going about your day, it keeps your mind in a ritualistic state or in a state of gnosis. So you're always in that mode of being able to tap in or connect or say, you know, this particular aspect of me never leaves. You know, you're always in that magical mindset, and that allows your channel to remain open. So, you know, whatever you do more of, you bring more of in. And for me, being in the state of awareness, being in the state of just, you know, openness and clarity, and of being connected to whatever I'm doing spiritually during the day helps me keep the channel open. So more downloads, if you want to call them downloads, or just insight comes, you know, when I do that purposely. So it also it affirms to the practitioner that they are the manifestation, that they're behind the manifestation of their, you know, of what they're believing in. So it's really important to say that because, you know, the affirmation of your strength to you when you're initially starting out, or if you're just starting something, that affirmation of you being your own battery and you being your own driving force when it comes to the things that you're manifesting and the things that you're bringing into your life is a great affirmation to hold on to. So working your shit throughout the day always will, you know, give you that positive charge to say that, you know, this was the result of something that I did and I put work into. So I also wanted to talk about ceremonial magic or set rituals versus spur of the moment practices. And I have had the pleasure of connecting with some goddesses and some women and, just people that are super, super on it when it comes to spur of the moment, what's happening right now. I gotta drop this and I gotta do this. This shit is coming through. Let me grab my pen, my pad. Let me sit down. I have to draw. I have to paint. I have to create some music. I have to, when the urge happens, these people that I've connected with have been super inspiring to me to say, sometimes you just have to stop and go for it because you're in that mindset. Ritual or the practice of doing anything outwardly is a form of triggering the subconscious, as we all know. To align the subconscious and the conscious mind, you use your visual stimulation. Can't talk. Visual stimulation. Places to direct your energy, so altars or candles, and the trauma, the actual act of performing the ritual. So spur of the moment conjure craft is as powerful as you let the energy of the expression build up before you direct the energy. So you're going throughout your day and you're thinking about whatever you're going to produce, or we'll just use me for an example. I am in the midst of creating a pantheon, so I'm working on these energies. I'm playing with their emotions and their abilities and their stories, and I'm cultivating this whole family, this pantheon of energies that I can draw upon when I need these particular aspects to be infused into my life if I'm lacking or if I'm in a situation where I need that. So that, for me, thinking about it all day and having a pad and a pen with me, while I'm at work or while I'm doing whatever, to say, oh, you know what, such and such, so I'm just writing it down. So it just keeps a momentum, and you're going to notice the flow will start to increase once that happens, once you continue to do that. So living in mundane environments often yield mundane results. So you want to create the environment that is going to be supportive of your goals. So your altars are living, breathing entities. They grow on their own, they adapt, they are shaped by our evolution. As you change, your altar changes. Altars can just manifest out of nowhere. I have so many little places around my house that I will realize, I'll look at and say, oh my gosh, that, it's an altar. There's a picture there, there's the stones there, there's shells there, there's phrases, little things, all of these altars develop on their own sometimes, and so they are living entities, and they grow, and they also can reflect your life. I remember looking down at my altar one day and thinking, this altar is a mess. I've got ashes over here, I've got this over here, I've got this, I don't even want this on my altar anymore. Why haven't I redone my altar? What am I doing? I had to clean this up. And it was a direct reflection about what was happening in my life, and not to say that always happens, but that was just a revelation that I had. So if you have a connection to that space, then just know that that space has life. It's a vortex for whatever you put there, whatever you are making sacred on your special place. So altars are definitely important for increasing the magic in your mundane environments. So you can also strive to become a living altar. I know a lot of people have talked about this, and this is one of the things that I think that is so powerful, to be able to adorn yourself, or to be able to use talismans or rings or scents, or just the way you're dressing, to be able to embody a deity that you are connected to or trying to connect to, or an energy that you're trying to pull down. You have your visualization, your dream, and you wake up and you want to wear a certain type of clothing, or if you want to look a certain type of way, explore that. That's that may be an energy that you need to cultivate within yourself, and you can do the research to find out which deity it is, or create one that makes you feel that way all the time. So that's another thing. Scent, clothing, but using subconscious programming around your safe space. So we talk about using sigils, we talk about using colors, we talk about using sacred geometry, things that speak to the subconscious in the language of symbols. So you can sigilize your room, your house, if you want to create things that influence you and they push you in the correct direction. I mean, I have my house has sigils around, and things that push me in the direction that I want to go in. So that's another way to kind of infuse that magic into your life. Active awareness, that's another one that I wanted to talk about. So becoming aware of the flow of energy in your environment and playing with your abilities to test that. So how do you feel at home? Like, how do you feel? Do you immediately have a sense of comfort? Is it something that needs to be adjusted? Do you have do you have clutter? Do you have furniture that you want to get rid of? Do you see that one box that sits in the corner all the time that pisses you off, that makes you feel like you want to just ignore it and rest? So adjusting the way that your surroundings are and the way that you respond to them will help to keep you in the flow. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I know that there's so much more that can be kind of ran through with this particular topic, but I just wanted to say that and stay grounded. There's a lot of information out right now, and most of it doesn't have anything to do with you. And that's a beautiful revelation that I came to. If you have a bleeding heart, if you want to be involved with everything that's going on, then, just know how to transmute the energy before you take all of it on, because you don't want it to disarm you. You don't want to let that disarm you. A lot of the information that's out is produced to disarm. So we want to make sure that we stay on our shit, on our path, with our goal in sight, our goal, whatever your goal may be. And just know that you can manipulate the way that you experience anything. You can transmute energy to the point of being able to engage and have your fun or have your conversations or your arguments, and still not take that on to have then feeling cut off or feeling like you're bogged down or you're so stressed out. I hear a lot of people say, oh my God, I'm so stressed out about whatever's going on. That is a sign that you need to transmute that information. If you're going to absorb it, if you allow yourself, I have friends that watch the news. They're all bogged down, they're all grumpy, and their energy just reflects this negativity because you've absorbed it, but you've not done anything with that energy. You just let that sit. So I won't go too much into that, but just know that all energy is good energy. You just need to know what to do with it when it comes your way. And please just make sure that while all of this is happening, cherry pick what you watch, what you listen to. Don't absorb anything that you can't transmute, that you can't make work for you. So that's all for now. Again, my name is the Cosmic Serpent Online. I have an Instagram. Oh man, I get to say, I'll put it in the description box. I get to say that. I'll put it in the description box. Thanks. Hopefully this video helps. I'll make more, but I just wanted to do a little video today. So thanks guys.